what's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Man, so today we actually call this Facts in Bed because
Facts
we're
in
about
the
to just
bed.
be dropping straight facts on y'all, or at least stuff that works for us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this video today is just gonna be about kind of what has helped us in this relationship and continuously grow into continuously find ways to better love one another and keep it going and exciting and not just
keep it thriving.
Yeah, not just boring and stagnant. So let's get started. So first is first, my favorite one is our open, honest, raw, blunt conversation that we have with one another. Whew. This alone needs a deep breath.
Let's just be real.
For instance, we have, I brought to his attention, I'd asked the question of, have you ever thought of anyone else while being in this relationship? And before we answer the question, him and I are both very much committed to what we have built. Absolutely. I know he's not interested in anyone else and vice versa, but that doesn't stop you thinking about somebody else. Absolutely not. So, once that was, asked, we both admitted that yes, we have thought of someone else while being committed in this relationship. It might
as hard as it was.
I was going to say it might sound like this is easy to talk about right now, but this is also because something that we talk about quite a bit, and we've we've just came to terms with it. There's days where it's just it's kind of heavy on our mind, but overall, it's honestly made us closer because I like to explain it is that these thoughts go further than just what's shown on the surface. There's a reason these thoughts are created within the both of us. The reason we're thinking about somebody else, there's something deeper behind that. So it allowed us to really go internally as an individual to be like, why are these thoughts, why are these happening to us? Because it's very confusing and conflicting when you're with somebody that you're like, I absolutely love and adore this person. What the hell is going on?
And then just, it's as hard as it was, like you have to, be real with yourself and like really think about, why am I thinking of this person? Like, what is it that has me still thinking? And then put it into terms of, is it something that my partner lacks?
Right. What is it that either myself or him or this, what is it lacking altogether? And that is the reason why, for instance, that conversation him and I had was so empowering, because it's like it opened up a different view of what one another is lacking and what it is we're kind of, what we want from our partner.
Right.
So that's definitely number one. But I do want to say, be sure you're in you create that safe ground to speak with your partner, because this can, it could create a lot of mixed emotions and it could go completely wrong. So
it can make or break your relationship.
Yeah, and just make sure you're safe when you bring something like this up. On to number 2.
Alright, so the second one, which it's a pretty big deal as well, and that is, being able to drop your ego. There's a lot of times where we're in conflict, and why we're in conflict is because one of our egos has, taken over, and like neither one of us likes it when the other person's ego is, taking control. And it's like dude, like chill out. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I must admit that I feel like I'm more faulty at this than him. My ego gets in the way quite a bit, and so I guess a tip to you, you ego-sters, if that's even a word, of something to remember during conflict if your ego is become alive. Remember that you guys are one on the exact same team. And going at it, bickering back and forth, finding out who's right, who's wrong, is doing nothing but tearing you guys apart. And even though at the end of it you guys come back together and you're fine, you still create that little bit of resentment and frustration or hate towards your partner for whatever reason you guys were bickering at. And especially when you're pointing fingers, you're wrong. Well, don't forget there's 2 people in a relationship. 2. And it takes 2 to get to that point.
Right. And like, don't think it's not about being right or wrong. Which
is hard for people who have ego. You want to be right.
Exactly. But it's more of understanding where your person is coming from.
Right.
And being able to put yourself in their shoes just so you can see it from their point of view. And that alone allows you to drop your ego at least just a little bit, and then
Yeah.
you guys are able to actually talk about it from being able to see from their perspective.
And another tip that I have too is if you find your ego coming into play and you're like, it's just so strong right now, I can't hold back. Be like, look, we've got to step away for a second before I literally rip your head off. Let me have my me time real quick. Let me cool down. And then once that all happens, let's come back together and let's hash something out if it needs to be in a manner that is an adult way.
All right, absolutely.
On number 3?
Yeah, I'm to number 3.
Number 3, keeping and growing a relationship. Are you ready? With yourself. I know you're probably like, wait, what? You're in a relationship with someone else. Why with yourself? I know I've experienced it myself, and I know he has as well. When you get with somebody, you tend to only focus on that relationship. It's not just this relationship. You have to be the best version of yourself to give the best version of you to your partner, to continuously keep growing and loving and building in a way that is admirable to you two.
It's damn near more important to have that strong love for yourself
absolutely
than, with your other person, because if you don't love yourself and your insecurities show all the time,
it bleeds into the relationship.
Exactly. And that's what we have been working on so well, and now we're able to do a lot of things without having that frustration and tension come up within us.
Right. Something that I always say, and some people take it wrong, but it's a fact, is that the most important person in your life is you. Because if you're not the best version of yourself, if you're not putting yourself first, if you're not, catering to yourself in a way that you need it, you can never, ever, ever be the person that someone else needs. How do you expect to help them? How do you expect to provide to them to the fullest? How do you expect to love them to the fullest? To teach them? You can't do any of that if inside you're completely broken and shattered and you have no attachment to yourself. You need that relationship with yourself.
Absolutely. And so just to throw tips on how we keep this growing relationship with ourselves is this is actually something that she's so passionate about, and healing from your past traumas.
Absolutely.
That's huge within just how you feel as a person, not just healing from your traumas, but also exposing your mind to, more things. Like, we listen to a lot of podcasts, we read books, we, try to look up to other couples that, kind of live how we want to live. Because that just shows.
Have that picture, that vision of who it is that you want to be as an individual and who it is you want to be as a couple. That's important. That way at least what you're stepping towards next.
Exactly. So, working on your mental, working on yourself spiritually, we meditate together all the time, which again just brings us closer together. And then as well as fitness. Fitness is a game changer within itself.
So at the end of the day, it all starts back with you. Even, I don't care if you've been in a relationship for 10, 20 years, don't forget you. Because the moment you forget you, the relationship will slowly start to fall apart, or you'll start to build resentment or frustration or hate towards your partner, because it's like, I got with you, I gave you my all, and now during our alone times, I have nothing. You know what I mean?
You can't even be happy without
the
other
other person, and that's an issue. But that's okay. Everyone's been to all these extremes at one point in their life.
But hey, the first step is becoming aware of it. Now you guys are aware. So what can you guys do now to, change whatever it is that you guys are, struggling with?
So open conversation.
Dropping that ego.
Yes. And keeping and growing a relationship with yourself.
So if you guys have any questions whatsoever,
reach out.
Yeah, just reach out. We'd love to answer anything you guys may have. We love you guys and have a great day.
Till next time.
Next time.